We could use a thunderstorm emoji today. It's a messy start to our Monday morning. We're seeing quite a bit of precipitation move through, and we've definitely been busy here in the Storm Shield Weather Center looking at our Storm Shield Doppler radar. Zooming into Charlotte County, this is where we're seeing the most widespread and consistent rain still this morning. We also had that tornado warning earlier today, right before 3 o'clock in the southeast part of Charlotte County. Inglewood has a cell that's a little heavier headed toward there, and of course Inglewood, the southernmost portion of that tropical storm warning for today. Looking at Lee County, we're still seeing very heavy rains moving through Cape Coral. If you're in the Cape Coral area, grab that umbrella. You'll have wet roads. You'll have heavy rain falling on you. Looks a little more calm in the Fort Myers area. Fort Myers Beach drying out as well. But we still have more rain headed toward us. So don't get used to any of the dry weather today, because we're expecting quite a bit of precipitation with Colin moving through. I want to show you the tropical satellite because it really gives you a good idea of how much moisture Tropical Storm Colin is bringing with it. It's quite a bit of it. The track of the storm itself is to the Big Bend region, too far north of us, but that doesn't mean we're not seeing the effects of it with the rain that's moving on through. We could get anywhere between a ½ inch and 3 inches of rain over the next couple of days before Colin makes his way out and further up the east coast here. We'll take a look at our Storm Shield forecast so you can see how widespread the rain is. It's very consistent, very widespread as we head into this afternoon, and that's through all areas in southwest Florida. That's Charlotte County, that's Lee County, and that's Collier County. Looking at our total rainfall today and over the next couple of days, again, anywhere between about a ½ inch and 3 inches of rain. So we've talked about how much moisture we're seeing. It definitely a stormy day, but I want to send it to forecaster Tony Sadiku here in the Weather Center, because Tony, I'm talking about rain, but you're tracking some of the other severe threats. What are we facing today?
Yeah, absolutely. Heavy rain is the #1, but there's a couple other things I think you should be aware of as we look at the next couple of hours. I think the main threat we're going to be talking about is the heavy rain, but also could see some strong winds out of Colin, especially throughout the day today. I'll show you that in a second. Isolated tornadoes, not out of the question. Of course, we did have our tornado warning earlier throughout the morning. All of southwest Florida, like I mentioned earlier, in an aerial flood watch. That means we could see flooding conditions just about anywhere across the southwest Florida region as we approach the next couple of hours. All of southwest Florida also in a marginal risk for severe weather. Once again, that would look like an isolated tornado that could happen at any point throughout the day. Forecast wind gusts does paint the picture that we'll likely see those winds picking up anywhere in the order of 15 to maybe 30 miles per hour. So I think the winds are certainly something you're going to notice, but plan for the rains. That means if you are going to be outdoors, you're not going to want to forget the rain gear. You're not going to want to forget the umbrella. Make sure the kids are good to go this morning. The story for the rest of the work week does keep the chance for rain throughout the forecast, but today, definitely the highest chance for the work week.